you were paying a month like $200
Right.
to have Kaiser. That had nothing to do with co-pays, that the HRT and the cost for the HRT. That was strictly just so that we could have insurance. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I know it's been so long since you've seen our faces. September was honestly pretty crazy. I feel like it started off with our son being sick, then our daughter was sick, and then finally we got sick. But we missed you guys. Hi! As most of you know, Drew did come out to me as transgender, and a lot of our story has been shared with y'all on YouTube. But I think another topic that we did want to ensure that we covered with you guys, because it is going to be a part of our journey, especially next year in 2024.
I think it's important that I give a little insight into kind of what trans people go through of like their gender identity, their gender expression.
For you to be so open and honest about your journey, just know that like you are helping a lot of people because it's not known out there. Okay, so I'm just gonna sit here because I'm also learning a few things. I don't know everything either, just like some of y'all, how we're learning off of Drew's story. I mean, this is also my story, but I'm not transgender, so I don't go through a lot of the things that Drew goes through. And so I will definitely be asking Drew some questions, and then Drew can go ahead and answer them so that we can get some info today on HRT.
Yes, hormone replacement therapy.
And gender expression and gender identity. If this is your first time ever tuning into our videos, Drew did come out to me last year. To be exact, it was January 25th, 2022. And one thing that I would like to cover is like, as soon as you came out, what were like your first thoughts? What was your thought process as to like, how can I make me happy?
That's a really good question. First of all, I just have to say thank you to Jax for being the interviewer. She's like super cute and just like, I mean, just look at her.
I don't look cute right now. Please stop. I feel so ugly in this shirt.
No,
But whatever.
You look cool. It's Halloween time. It's October. Okay, so my initial thoughts during the process while I was coming out as transgender was, I know that there is medical help out there for trans people, and right off the bat, I feel like I knew that I would fall in that category just because of, I guess, over the years, how long I was struggling with my identity, who I was, and I don't know, I thought it was normal to be so unhappy, like, every day, and everyone's unhappy at, you know, certain points in their life, but I guess I was just so gloomy, I was so emo, but,
And I feel bad. Like, let me just say, like,
honestly, it's completely...
it was hard to see you sad.
Right. I think over the years, I was finding out more and more about myself and what I was feeling, and it just started building up. But I definitely knew that that I would be someone that would benefit greatly off of HRT. Basically, literally for either transgender people that are male to female and also female to male. The only difference is that HRT for male to female, it's estrogen that we're given. The female hormone to help feminize and help your internal
hormones.
Yeah, like it really affects your emotions, your mood, and honestly your mental health. It really does. As along with HRT, there are pills that you take with it, which is testosterone blockers, T blockers. So those lower the testosterone, and then the HRT kicks in with the estrogen, which then makes me feel a hell of a lot more balanced. It works so well, and I'm so sad that I'm not on HRT right now.
So last year you came out to me, you knew I want to get on HRT. What are the first steps? Your insurance process, because I know that's definitely been it's been a journey. Like when it comes to medical insurance, I think that's one beast that is so far beyond a lot of us. And so we do want to share like Drew's medical journey. As soon as you came out to me, I think it's fair to say that we both made it a priority for you to figure out medical insurance and
Right.
figure out how and what steps we need to do to get you on HRT. It did kind of suck when it was too late for me to add you onto Kaiser, that we did have to take that route, on, okay, how do we get you some medical benefits? So I was like, go to the state website, let's apply for Covered California. And I remember we were both like looking on the website, and Drew was like filling out this application. We were able to get insurance for Drew, and the state was willing to help, you
Right.
with your situation. And so after researching like different types of insurances, we both decided that Kaiser would be the best bet. You were paying a month like $200.
Right.
It was $200 for Drew to have Kaiser. That had nothing to do with co-pays that Drew would have to go see doctors for. That had nothing to do with the HRT and the cost for the HRT. That was strictly just so that we could have insurance. And I remember telling Drew, we need to apply for insurance as of yesterday, because if you want everything to be approved and you want to hurry up and start something, you need to have everything completed by the end of January so that they can basically approve you and you can start in February. And that's when we did get approved and everything did start in February. Okay, so I think the next question that our viewers and myself would love to know is like, how was your process? Like, okay, you have your insurance, right? But that's just like one small step in like this
Right.
big, huge staircase. So please walk us through the journey of like, you have your health insurance, it's February.
The whole phone call, asked questions about my mental health, just a ton of questions about me and my thoughts and how I feel, and like my gender.
So they basically asked you questions about your mental health. I'm sure they asked you, when did all of these thoughts start? What are some things that you would do? Yeah, to me that doesn't sound like an appointment. It almost sounds like an interview. I feel like you were just so excited to just finally be able to talk about these things. And
Yeah, exactly. To like express and talk to other human beings about this. It's like, I don't know, it's just very liberating.
yeah.
Yeah, so I wish they could just take your word for it, but that's not how it works. They really need to dig in, and they really need to know if it's legitimate, if you're really feeling how you're feeling. And which I understand, they don't want people to just be like, oh, I want to transition. Oh, I'm just like someone getting a tattoo. Like, you can't just.
Like when people say it's a phase.
Exactly.
Right.
Like,
That's where
like
that.
I get it. If it's a phase, maybe for someone, they just want to make sure. So I get it. Yeah. So the next thing was they needed a letter from a therapist.
God.
And yes,
Oh
so
my gosh.
I had to contact my therapist and ask her to write like a
But-
letter of recommendation. What is that?
I
I
right?
forgot the right term for it, but it's basically like a letter stating that yes, this person did do therapy for this amount of time, and yes, we talked about numerous, life events and emotions and all the mental struggles that I was going through. And yeah, so my therapist wrote up the letter and sent it on over.
I'm
And
sorry. I know I'm laughing.
I was literally so happy for this. I was like, oh my gosh, it was like Christmas. I'm like, letter from Santa, and I'm just kidding. It was like, oh my gosh, the letter's gonna be sent. I hope it gets approved. But no, I'll just shut up now.
And so, do you remember about how long it took Kaiser last year for them to review like those two pieces of information?
No, I think it took like a week, maybe.
I think that's how long
I think
remember
around
it
a
too.
week.
So it was a process that took about a week. And like we said, that's you not seeing any doctors at this point. Like, we're strictly just insurance is approved through. Ugh. So sorry, guys. I just have like that last cough. It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
¿Quién me dio ojo? Because in
What
my
did you
last
say?
video, I just said that don't feel bad for me.
Oh.
I'm healthy.
Okay.
I'm fine. And then all of a
Yes.
sudden, somebody gave me ojo and I'm sick. I'm just kidding. I sound like my mom. Anyways, okay, so you completed your evaluation. But the beautiful part about Kaiser is that they have their own endocrinology. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Endocrinology doctor. So Kaiser's
Right.
aware that you are basically transgender and you're looking for medical care to help you. Can you walk us through maybe like your first appointment, like seeing a doctor? What were you feeling?
I was slightly nervous, but I guess more excited and more.
Yeah. Like you were
I felt like I
alive.
was reborn or something.
That's huge. I would feel like I was reborn too. Right?
Yeah, right? I'm just like so happy that I'm going to the endo department. Taking the elevator up. I'm like literally just like, this is so cool. I can't believe this is happening. Like, it feels so surreal. It felt so surreal. Meeting my doctor. She is so amazing. She's so nice. It felt good to finally talk to a doctor about it. Just unreal.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so it was so nice meeting her. We kind of we're going over the different hormone replacement therapies. So we're just going over different HRT options, such as pills, injection, or patch. This appointment was strictly just to educate on what options that they have. I just feel like I had to go down the path of injection just to like get that sucker in.
Yeah.
That trip was so, I don't know, it was just so unreal. It's so unreal.
Okay, and can you walk us through the rest of it? Like, did anything else happen or like...
I did have to get blood work done.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that
Yeah.
makes sense. You get to the doctor and I'm assuming everything was fine.
Yeah, so everything was good. So my doctor was just letting me know where they're gonna inject me and how often. So it's gonna be weekly. I did have the option of doing once every 2 weeks or weekly. So that
You had
was
that
also
option.
an option. Injecting myself like at home, and I just can't do it.
Okay.
Just to clarify, you don't need to be on HRT in order to be transgender. There's transgender people that don't take HRT, and it's
I love that you
just
touched
all
on
literally up to the person.
I support you wanting to get on HRT. Of course, I wasn't ready for it. That was when, if you haven't seen our boundaries video, we did discuss it just a little bit. It was something that I knew that needed to be done in order for you to really, really be at peace with your mental health.
Exactly.
Seriously, it was huge and it was so important to you. Thank you for bringing that up.
Right. And everyone's different. There's transgender people that get top surgery. There's some that get bottom surgery. You don't need any of those to be transgender.
Yeah.
But a lot of people need certain, different treatment for their mental health because everyone's different. So
Your very first HRT appointment.
life-changing. Basically, it was, I want to say, about a month where
Okay, so March 2022.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was, I don't know. It just felt like I knew like my life was gonna start changing and I was gonna start like living and be reborn. So I go in the doctor's office and the nurse is there. She's checking my vitals and they basically ask like, are you ready? And I'm like, never been more ready.
You're like, I was born ready.
I was born ready, I love that. So got up, they stuck me
Where?
in the hip. So it's
Okay.
basically in the hip. They alternate weekly, so left and right, and left and right.
Why?
It could get sore. They said literally it can like bruise because it's just always getting stuck, you know.
Poked.
The first injection was just like monumental. They injected me and I was just like, I'm alive.
What was that? That sounded like a deflated balloon. That was so horrible.
No, so it just felt like I did it again. I don't know why I'm doing that. I don't know why I'm doing that. Like, I couldn't believe that I was finally on HRT.
Did you cry?
I think I did. And that's definitely one of the effects of HRT. It does make you more
in tune with like your emotions.
Yes. After being on HRT for like a certain amount of time, like I was able to notice that, like, I don't know, like I was more in tune with my emotions and I would cry a lot more often and I loved it. Like there was a time where I was like crying and I was just like, it was like literally I was just crying of tears of joy and I was just like, oh my gosh, laugh crying.
I was gonna say, because before HRT and before you came out, I feel like you were very like shut off to your emotions.
I was like a stone.
Yes.
I was cold. I was like emotionless.
I just didn't want to say it. Honestly, medical insurance here in the United States, to me, it does not seem fair. It does not seem right. And you do require that intensive type of medical care. As of May, you have not been on HRT. So basically 2024 is going to look so different for you because I feel like you were on HRT for
about a year.
What?
Yeah.
You're right. Oh my gosh.
And now it's been about 4 months that I've been off of it.
You have so much to look forward to in 2024 that I can't wait. Like maybe we can document you getting back on HRT. That's going to be huge. This is something that we've been wanting to share with everybody. I'm sure a lot of people who know Drew were seeing the changes and they were probably like, what the heck is happening?
Girl, there was drugs being injected into her. Hormones being injected into her. I don't know why I said drugs.
There was hormones going up in there, girl. So thank you for sharing.
Oh my gosh, that was so hard. But thank you for being a great interviewer. My gosh. Yes, I love it.
But we just wanted to thank you guys so much for watching and enjoying our videos. But we hope you subscribe to our channel. There's definitely more to come. And we hope that you and whatever you're going through, this is just your sign to stay strong. There's so many things that go on in everybody's mind, and we tend to stay in our heads a lot. But what Drew and I are learning is it's okay for you to talk about what you're going through, and this is something that we're going through. And if you ever need anything to talk about with any of us, just feel free to reach out to us in the comments, or we do have an Instagram. You can definitely DM us there. But we love you guys, and we hope that you have a great rest of your week, and we'll definitely be coming at you guys with more videos. All right, guys. Bye.